This is the Eufy Robot Vacuum Omni C20, and I have to say, just looking at it for the first time, it's got that slick modern black finish with a really clean design. The vacuum itself is ultra slim, only 3.35 inches tall, so it slides under my couch, under beds, and goes right where all the dust bunnies like to hide. The all-in-one station is bigger than I thought it would be, but it still sits nicely in the corner of my living room. The station looks almost like a mini appliance, with clear water tanks that let me see when I need a refill or a dump. No need to pop open any lids. It doesn't look out of place, and with that matte black, I think it fits in well with most home styles. For my first impressions, the physical feel and finish of the robot and dock are honestly more premium than I was expecting. It feels solid, which gives me confidence it'll hold up. Picking the robot up, it's got some weight, but nothing too bulky. The main controls are simple, just what I want from a device that's supposed to make life easier. The built-in handle is a clever touch for moving it if you need to, and the clear indicators on the station mean it's always obvious if something needs attention. Talking about key features real quick, the Eufy Omni C20 isn't just a vacuum. It's got this mop combo too, so it not only sucks up dust, dirt, pet hair, you name it, but it can also mop your floors in one go. Suction power is a huge selling point here, with up to 7,000 PA. If you're new to vacuums, that's strong enough to pull up tough messes, crumbs, and pet fur from hardwood, tile, and even carpets. It's not just about raw power, though. The mapping technology lets it scan my house, draw a map in the app, and remembers the layout, so after the first cleaning session, I can pick which rooms need extra attention. The Pro Detangle comb is something I underestimated, but I'll talk about that more in a bit. From my experience of living with a husky who sheds like it's his full-time job, this robot has taken a huge load off me. If you know, you know. Dog hair gets everywhere. Before getting the C20, I was vacuuming 2 or even 3 times a day just to keep up. Paw prints, clumps of hair, dust, every corner feels like it's growing its own pet some days. I'll be honest, I was skeptical about robots handling all that, but I was at the end of my rope, and after looking at reviews, I decided to give this a go. Setting it up was simple. Out of the box, all I needed was the quick start guide and the Eufy Clean app, which connected easily to my Wi-Fi. Speaking of, it only works with 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, just an FI if you're setting up smart devices. The app itself is pretty basic, but in a good way. I can schedule cleanings, set up room zones, and select if I want just vacuum, just mop, or both. You can also connect it to Alexa, Google Assistant, or Siri for hands-free controls, though I mostly just use the app. First run, the C20 mapped out my place, quietly humming as it worked its way around. The mapping is advanced, and after a few cleaning runs, the robot knows exactly where my dining room table legs are, where my area rugs start, and how to avoid bumping into pet bowls. One little surprise, when the robot rolls from tile to carpet, it automatically lifts the mop and switches to vacuum-only mode. It picks up mopping once it's back on hard floors. That's smart, and it means I don't have to worry about soggy carpets. I love how this vacuum lets me choose exactly which rooms to clean. Some days, maybe the bedroom doesn't need it, just the living room or hallway. Other times, it's an all-room deep clean. Scheduling is flexible. I set mine for after breakfast and again before bed, so I wake up to clean floors. No more panic cleaning before guests come over, or as soon as my dog comes tearing inside with muddy paws. The self-emptying feature is a true lifesaver. All the grime, dog hair, and dust it collects goes straight into a dust bag in the station. Once every week or so, I just remove the dust bag, toss it out, and that's it. Prior to this, emptying vacuum bins after every use was really a chore. Mopping deserves its own mention. The twin mop pads spin and press onto the floor, scrubbing at 180 rotations per minute, according to the specs. Basically, that means it actually puts some effort into removing sticky paw prints or kitchen spills. The robot even washes and dries the mops at its station, using room temperature air, so I don't have to worry about mildew smell or dirty water being dragged around. The dirty water is separated into its own tank, so there's no mess for me to touch. Just lift it out and pour it down the sink when full. In my opinion, the biggest highlight is how hands-off this system is for me. I rarely touch the vacuum itself. Apart from topping off the clean water tank every few days and emptying the dirty one, everything's automated. Even the brush maintenance is simple. The Pro Detangle comb flicks down and helps untangle dog fur from the main roller by spinning it in reverse. That means less time spent cutting hair out myself, which, if you have long hair or pets, you'll know is always a headache. Another key feature I appreciate is the ultra-slim design. This little thing scoots under almost anything. My bed, the bottom shelf of the TV stand, even some kitchen chairs, areas that usually get skipped during manual cleaning, now don't get a pass. It makes my home feel overall fresher, especially with allergies. Air feels less dusty when the vacuum's on regular runs. I'd recommend this for anyone who's tired of constant sweeping and mopping, especially pet owners. If you want to set it and forget it floor cleaning buddy, the C20 hits most points. The suction, mapping, and mopping help you maintain floors every single day with barely any hassle. Now, talking about points I don't like so much. For one, it does get pretty loud during vacuuming, especially when it's emptying out into the dust bag at its station. It's not ear-splitting, but if I'm on the phone or watching TV, I'll probably schedule cleanings when I'm out of the house or not in a meeting. Also, while the mop is strong for daily cleaning, it won't replace scrubbing for set-in stains or dried-up sticky spots. I still need to get down on my hands and knees for those deep messes once in a while, but for maintaining a tidy floor and catching new spills, it works really well. Another thing is the base station. Yes, it's bigger than most single-function vacuums, so having enough floor space near an outlet is important. It doesn't bother me, but if you have a super tight hallway, it might stick out a little. The water tanks are clear, so you always know how much is left. But you do need to check them and top them up or empty them every now and then. Not a deal breaker, but worth knowing. About connectivity, the robot sometimes gets confused with dark rugs or objects that don't contrast well with the floor surround. One of my rugs is black, and occasionally the robot hesitates before properly mapping it or cleaning it. Not common, but it does happen. Battery life is advertised at a little over 2 hours, but with my dog's fur and the power setting cranked up, sometimes it returns to its base for a quick charge before it finishes everything in one go. For my apartment, not an issue, but if you have a large house, you'll need to let it run a bit longer. In conclusion, after using the Eufy Robot Vacuum Omni C20 for a few weeks, I can absolutely say it's helped me stress less about cleaning. It picks up after my dog, keeps my floors free of random hair piles, and saves me hours each week. The convenience of hands-free cleaning, automatic emptying, and self-cleaning mops honestly makes a difference in my day-to-day routine. Of course, it isn't totally silent and won't deep clean caked-on messes, but it keeps your space presentable with just a few app taps, which is exactly what I need. If you have pets, kids, or just want a smarter, easier way to keep up with housework, I'd recommend giving it a try. I will share detailed information about the Eufy Robot Vacuum Omni C20 in the comments section. Everyone, thank you for watching.